Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Ria Bahamut and this is Bioshock 1. And we just saw probably the most iconic series, the death of Andrew Ryan. It's pretty freaking awesome, emotional, and actually a fairly badass moment for Andrew Ryan. And now we also got the discovery that Frank Fontaine has actually been mind controlling us this whole time with the phrase, "Would you kindly?" And as you might imagine, his continued control is a bad thing, so we're trying to work to, well, get free of that control.
Who's he? One who will save us all. He's here to help us.
And the little sister's reactions there, they actually change based on how you played the game. Obviously, if you've been harvesting them, there aren't nearly as many here, and, well, they're kind of very afraid of you.
With Tenenbaum, huh, kid? She's a regular mother goose. Alright, fun's fun, kid. But now, go get stepped on by a big daddy. Would you kindly? Huh? I says, would you kindly go get stepped on by a big daddy?
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, the holding of the X button to, well, open that door usually goes and triggers an audio log. It's rather annoying when it happens in these kind of scenes because it's actually supposed to be a big dramatic thing with Fontaine's about to do to us.
Stubborn muscle, but it ain't that stubborn.
So yeah, this is kind of gonna be the gimmick for this area.
Then you can have your revenge. And we can get my little world out of here when we have.
Bubbles? Mr. Bubbles!
And I'm really not gonna lie, this is probably the worst level in the entire game. It's pretty much filler. In all honesty, they could have just had Tenenbaum remove Fontaine's control of us and had us move on to the final level, and we really wouldn't miss much. It's even a bit worse for me, because this is actually the second time I've recorded this. First time I recorded this, for some reason when my air conditioning came on, it completely scrambled up my video capture device. And, well, ruined the recording. And to top it all off, not only did it ruin my recording, I had to go back and play through the entirety of the game all over again to get back to this. So yeah, there's gonna be some differences in like the ammo and stuff that I have. I'm also gaming a bit angrily today. And in having to pretty much play the whole game again in such rapid succession, it's had me to notice some things to nitpick a bit. First thing, I have to ask, what is with the general game and level design here? I mean, I don't know if any of you have really paid attention, but the entire game is essentially a collect-a-thon. Also, we just got Armored Shell 2, which is extremely nice. Anyway, I mean, there are some exceptions to that. I mean, like the first level, we weren't really running around collecting anything. And the second level, our mission was to go and kill, what's-his-face, Steinman. And that would, well, get us the key to get out of the medical pavilion. But after that, Everything is like a collect 3 of something and then get out. But after the medical pavilion, then things start to turn a bit sour for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, the game is still great and still fun to play. It's just that, like I said, I'm gaming angry right now, and so I've got nits to pick. Because, well, as I was saying, after that level, all of a sudden, well, the next level, we have to go and find 3 pictures for good old Peachy. Then in the next level, we have to go and collect 3 items in order to make the whole vector thingy-mabobber, in order to save the plants. Then we had Sander Cohen, which we had to go kill 3 people and then take their pictures back to him. Then, after that, we had Andrew Ryan's level, which we just did, in which we actually just had to, well, find 3 things to make a bomb till we could go to Andrew Ryan and get to this level. And this whole level is, we're gonna need to go and find the thing in order for our heart to stop beating. Because we needed to pad this game out before we get to the final level, where we have to collect yet more things in order to move on to the next level. I'm not really against collectathons, it's just, they made it so obvious. I mean, it's always collect, well, almost always collect 3 things, and then you get to move on. They don't really change up that formula all that often in this. I mean, if it was, like, less of a, you must get 3 things in order to continue on with the game, it'd be a lot less obvious. I mean, it would have been nice to have a level where we actually just had to get through to a completely different area in order to continue on. Which I guess technically we did with Andrew Ryan, but still. I'm on a roll here. And son of a bitch. If you, camera. Out of the way, drone! Because, I mean, most of those levels, they pretty much show us the exit. They say, yeah, it's right there. Now go get some stuff before we let you through it. Oh. Looks like some splicers are actually fighting a Big Daddy here.
Put 'em where I can see 'em.
And I guess they're done now? Oh, are you kidding me? And I gotta say, I'm actually kind of surprised at how relevant the wrench stays throughout this game. I mean, it's the melee weapon in a shooter game. Usually they become completely outclassed by the time you find a good automatic rifle kind of a thing. But in this one, it probably stays the most relevant out of all the other weapons. I mean, yeah, I'm not using it to kill the Big Daddies. I've got electrical stuff for that. But I'm still using it as my go-to weapon for taking out the normal guys. That's probably because it gets so many upgrades. I mean, it's got the stealth upgrade to make pretty much everything a one-shot. It's got the... son of a monkey. It's got all the damage upgrades. Heck, just taking pictures of the bouncer Big Daddies gives you a permanent 50% boost to your damage with it. And I was just talking during a hacking segment, so I apologize because I'm probably going to be making you listen to it anyway. Power to the people. I think I actually missed a power to the people on this run. But again, I was gaming angry and I wasn't really aiming for any form of perfection with this run. And this is Anna Culpepper's house, who you may recall from... Ow. May recall...
That's it, kid. You're busto. My new friends will catch up with you soon. Kid. I hope they make it quick.
And you can thank Frank Fontaine that time for making you watch some hacking. So, yeah, the wrench, it's pretty much the best weapon you can ask for. Because, I mean, the pistol, it gets really outclassed really quickly. I mean, you guys have seen how much I've used that, especially once I got the shotgun. Oh, you little dick. The same can actually be said of the machine gun. I've barely touched that at all. My main weapons of choice have been the shotgun, because it does amazeballs damage, and the crossbow. I also use the chemical thrower as my go-to Big Daddy killer once I got that in the electric gel. Also, say hi to Anna Culpepper. She's kinda corpsey. It actually wouldn't surprise me if Sander Cohen was the one who sent some guys in here to deal with her. The grenade launcher is okay. I'd say my main problem with that is that I usually take so long to actually get the damage immunity from it. So it actually takes me, well, some time to warm up to it, as it were. And right over here, we have Sander Cohen's house.
I hear your wings flapping in my home. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap. Come into the light, little moth. Come in.
And this is part of the reason why I didn't bother trying to kill Sander Cohen at the end of, well, his level. Because then this wouldn't be happening.
I see you're still tensing your wings. Stay and enjoy the dance. But don't dare rattle their rhythm.
I think my main issue with the grenade launcher, why I don't use it much, is because, well, there aren't that many crowd control issues that I have with the game. I mean, if I'm having that many troubles in a large group, I'll just toss an enrage out or something like that.
When will you ever learn to take instruction? I'm coming down there, little moth. Coming down to teach you to dance.
So yes, if we didn't spare Sander Cohen, we wouldn't be able to see him here, get into his room, and then, well, murder him. We'd still get to murder him, but we wouldn't get the reward of what's up there. And Sander Cohen is just basically a Houdini splicer. He has a bit more health, but that's really all I got to say about him. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. Houdinis are like pretty much immune to fire damage. Well, I guess now we can try and murder Sander Cohen with the very weapon he gave us. And my aim is terrible. Yeah. And let's see how he likes it. There's actually a trophy for doing this. I think it's called Irony. And yeah, that key is to the box way back in his level that we couldn't open. I don't think I actually messed with it in this run. And since all I have left is to upgrade the pistol or the machine gun, might as well get machine gun damage. Maybe it will be somehow useful by the end of the game. You can also check out Sandra Cohen's bathroom. Oh, okay, I just have one question. If this guy is here, where does Sandra Cohen poop? I swear that's gonna bug me. Anyway, the whole reward for coming here is pretty much the Power to the People station. Although, in all honesty, by this point in time, if you're still needing weapon upgrades, you must have missed quite a few of them. Now I suppose we can actually follow our helpful little arrow to good old Suchong's place.
That Tannenbaum ain't what you think. Florence Nightingale, huh? That'll all come crashing down for you can say canned tomatoes. I've seen good bunco, and I've seen great bunco. But when you waltz through Rapture and World War II without even a scratch, you got more than leprechauns watching over you.
Ah, good old clever inventor. As it says, it reduces the amount of, well, components that we need to actually make something by one. It's really handy.
Fontaine's become some kind of boogie nightmare in Rapture. That myth gives him power. But peel back Flim Flam and a humbug, he's just another conman. And like all conmen, he worries he'll end up on the wrong side of grief. That's why he commissioned a lot of 192. The antidote to the mental control. Fontaine said I better not tell anybody what they have to do. Not even tell about. That's so charming. Tried to listen.
I knew there was something to that. Always secret when with Suchong, always. He must have this lot 192 in his lab near Apollo Square. I once stole a dose and brought it back to my flat at the floor. So at least it would have taken it back to my place. I never knew what lot 192 was for, but Suchong was doing something in secret. On this I keep my eye.
So yes, now we know we need lot 192 in order to save our asses.
I don't like this any more than you do, kid. But you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I got 12 years down here. Big investment. But I can't walk away from a long con like that.
And I swear nitro splicers are the friggin' worst. Also, where's that friggin' camera that's spotting me, apparently? I think it might be up there? What the hell? Well, I see this family went out with a smile. All just sitting around watching the tunes and apparently just all fell over dead. Well, I guess they don't need their stuff then. Well, there's their problem. They were keeping their napalm with their stove. Now I could try to have some issue trying to get to that through all that, or telekinesis. I swear I haven't been abusing telekinesis nearly enough, because it is extremely abusable. Heck, you can win fights just by chucking bodies at people. This is, well, it's her place, but it's locked. Hey, yeah, you. That's what I thought. Although, in truth, we don't need to go to Tenenbaum's place to, well, continue on. And the game actually doesn't point us in that direction. They point us over here to this dude's audio log.
Looks like things have gone busto between Fontaine and his little German beanpole. Why a guy like Fontaine would waste his time with that spooky crowd when he could be getting the gravy from any dish he chooses is beyond the understanding of this paparazzi. Even reset the door code to 5744. Maybe to be double sure that beanpole don't sprout up in his yard again.
So yeah, we need to use that to get into the elevator at the center of this area to get into Fontaine's place.
Look at this dump. Nothing's shit.
Because of course it's been ransacked.
Look at my home, torn apart by Fontaine and his pigs. No doubt he had the samples of Lot 192 taken to his penthouse. Entrance is in lobby, but the damn thing is always locked. You will not believe me, but there was a time when this place was all so beautiful.
Okay, I have a question for you, Tenenbaum. Why is there proximity mines in your library? And what the hell just happened to it? It disappeared. Oh, there's a grenade on her shelves. Did one of Fontaine's guys just come in with that? Because if not, that is very concerning.
What do you take me for? Some kind of mental incompetence? We tossed Mother Goose's roost the moment she decided to throw a conscience. You won't find nothing here, kid, except maybe her memories. And trust me on this, you don't want them.
No idea what that weird clicking noise is. I think it might be a drone that's got its propeller stuck in something.
I made a place for the children here, but it is you who are their savior. Will you stop here, or will you deliver them from this terrible city at the wrong time?
I don't know exactly why they keep on having Tenenbaum pop in with those kind of messages. Just seems kind of, I don't know, both out of place and kind of redundant. I mean, she always has one of those kind of spiels whenever we save enough little sisters for one of her rewards. Oh, son of a bitch! There we go. Man, these guys are lightning immune. Anyway, so I don't know why they stuck one of her little sister spiels just right there as we're going up an elevator. Maybe it's to make the elevator seem not so long? I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass here.
I'm gonna miss this place. Rapture was a candy store for a guy like me. Guys who thought they knew it all, dames who thought they'd seen it all. Give me a smart mark over a dumb one every time. These sad saps. They come to Rapture thinking they're gonna be captains of industry. But they all forget that somebody's gotta scrub the toilets. What an they gave me. I hand these mugs a cot and a bowl of soup, and they give me their lives. Who needs an army when I got Fontaine's Home for the Poor?
Well, one thing can be said of Fontaine is that he's not an idiot. He's very smart when it comes to tricking people. And that's also his greatest flaws, because since he's so great at tricking people and lying and pretending he's something he's not, he believes everybody is. And he's pretty much paranoid and doesn't trust anybody. Which is also kind of the same problem that Ryan has. Although his is completely different. He doesn't trust people because he believes he's the only one who knows what he's doing. And we have also found Lot 192. And a horrible, horrible gimmick.
Yes, the compound is taking hold. The effects of the mental suggestion are now gone, but there will certainly be side effects.
So yes, I am going to be randomly picking up any of the available plasmids.
Reorganized your entire plasmid structure. I should have known you would need a larger dosage. You will have to locate another dosage to fully remove the effect.
Yeah.
Good. Now go find Suchan's lab in Artemis Suite. In there, no doubt there will be more of this plus one.
Okay, and that was like 3 different conversations saying the exact same thing, and one of them had very weird sound quality. I don't know why it sounded so different. Also, here's Freeze Blast. Kills guys dead, but they don't drop anything. What should we have some fun with?
Wasted my time with this.
Cold shot to the head. So yeah, this is another reason why this level sucks so bad. It completely messes with your plasmids and you have absolutely no control over them. Heck, I can't even access the menu to actually swap out tonics and stuff like that. I'm completely at the mercy of the game's RNG. Fortunately, they only really pick the level 3s for like the elemental ones, but it's still really annoying. So anyway, I was talking about Frank Fontaine and Andrew Ryan. So, like Suchan said, Frank Fontaine is a con man, and as one, he's always afraid, he's pretty much paranoid that he's gonna be the one getting conned. He believes everybody is running some form of con on everybody else. That is pretty much why he's suddenly trying to kill us, even though he has pretty much complete mental control over us. He still wants us dead because he doesn't trust that it will stick up. He is kind of right though, but still, if he handled it in a bit of a nicer fashion, I guess, we would almost say, heck yeah, let's join Frank Fontaine, but no, he has to go and kill us. Andrew Ryan, he really isn't much better. I mean, he's not paranoid, but, well, doesn't trust people because he believes everyone is out to get him, like Frank Fontaine does. Also audio log.
I was so angry when I came down here, but my God, I had no idea. There's armed men all over the place. I saw a woman climb on the fence, turn the escape. One of Ryan's guards pointed at her, and she lit on fire, just like that. What's happening here?
He's pretty much an insufferable genius. He believes that he knows best no matter what's going on, and anybody who says otherwise is a moron. He doesn't believe anybody else could actually have a better idea than him, essentially. And he's also a bit of a spoiled child. Because the second things go wrong, or somebody does something he doesn't like, he essentially tries to take his ball and go home. I mean, like, back during our Hephaestus, once he realized that we were winning, he tried to blow up Rapture just so that no one else could have it. During Arcadia, he had a similar story where he talked about how he owned a forest area, and when the government tried to get it to nationalize it, to make it into a national park and all that, he burnt it to the ground so that nobody else could have it. He's very much fuck you, got mine. That also kind of leads into his whole philosophy of, well, I call it kind of survival of the fittest almost. He believes no one should have anything other than what they've earned. Anybody who hasn't earned what they've got is a parasite and deserves to burn in hell for all he cares. I mean, heck, that's what he calls things like the government and religion, because he doesn't think they earned anything they had. And that's why he took his ball and went home down to Rapture. And crap.
What's wrong with you, Mr. B?
Although, don't get me wrong, Andrew Ryan is actually an interesting character. I mean, some of his ideas aren't exactly without merit. I mean, let's face it, we do kind of live in an entitled society nowadays with stuff like welfare and all that kind of stuff, letting people, well, that's meant to help people out when they're not able to support themselves. Andrew Ryan would see that all as us trying to support people who didn't deserve it, and that fuck anybody who's, well, essentially let all the homeless die horrible deaths because they can't get jobs, and therefore they aren't really people. If his ideas weren't taken to such extremes, they would be very understandable, and you could almost like try to have dialogues about this kind of things and actually have some interesting discussions about it. But oh, right, I don't, dang it. I was trying to whip out Electro Bolt there for the turret, but I don't have my Electro Bolt. Guess we can try Electric Buck if it doesn't explode. Well, guess might as well move on to Artemis Suites then.